Hello, YouTube! Today we're back on the Turbo series and we have a new Void boss to go ahead and fight. Would you look at that? This guy is the new Void Invasion boss. This guy has triggers similar to Forkis. When you receive buffs, you take damage. That hurts. So we're going to try and put a team together today to fight this Void Invasion boss. He does look very cool. Renville is absolutely right. One of the coolest designed bosses I think we've had when it comes to his aesthetic. We're going to be using a Lord of Fear Aspen with 127 million attack. We've moved our Scepter over from our Alakita onto our Aspen, and we're going to be building some stuff here. Now, one amazing artifact when you're fighting Void bosses, especially in late game, is Will of Winter's Splendid. This thing has the ability Eternal Frost, which at the beginning of the battle is going to reduce the speed of opponents, and Absolute Frost also reduces the target's speed, energy, and attack. That attack debuff will scale with other attack debuffs, which will hopefully reduce the enemy to doing very little damage to us. So we have 3 Snow Hearts here, which means I need to get myself 5 more Snow Hearts. So I'm just going to look through for my artifact chests, of which I have 6. We're going to pull out 5 Snow Hearts here. And we're going to go and make ourselves a ton of Will of Winters here in the Deification Workshop. So let's go make a bunch of these. It's going to cost us a lot of relics, but that's completely fine. So we're just going to do this 8 times. And then we're going to go into the Almost Workshop, and we're going to turn these into 2 Splendids. So let's click on Radiant, put it into the copy, upgrade, and do the same thing again. Perfection. All right. Quick trip to the Celestial Island to claim our buffs. Gets us a little bit more attack and HP. Very little, but every little helps, I guess. And then we're going to equip these to our heroes. So, currently, we've got some energy feed at play. Going to have to probably think about removing that. We'll put Will of Winters here on the Halora. That's nice. I'll put it on the Geister as well. That might be an idea. I think I'm okay with Will of Winters here on the Halora. I could slow her down a bit as well in case she's too quick. That's nice. That takes it to 375. If we look at the Urania, she is quick. She's at 355. So I have to slow this Halora down just a tiny little bit. She's slightly overclocked. I know what I can do. I have this Elusive Mirror, which is a fast Elusive Mirror, which is going to give even more speed to the Urania. Gets us an extra 25 speed, which takes us to 380. That's perfect. So I'll give the normal Elusive to Melissa. That sorts us out here. That's fantastic. We're not using Melissa in this fight. But there you go. That's going to be 375 on the Halora. Urania's faster than that. Faster than that again is Star Alchemist Holmes Young. He's got a golden crown. We're going to use him for the basic attack initially. And we've got him set up as well so his Destiny stuff will trigger on basics. Just so that we can loop his passive multiple times. And then we've got ourselves Urania doing a similar thing. Got to make sure we've got Mark Purify on everybody as well before we jump in here. So just going to double check that we've got that, because that's going to make a huge difference, because the boss will mark us. We're also trying to use heroes that aren't going to buff us. We don't want Melissa because she'll buff Aspen. We want Halora. We want Geister. We'll activate Geister's Core. And for our pet, don't think it matters too much. I will run probably Snake here. Probably Snake. In fact, I could go with Phoenix as well. That will give us holy damage. That might be nice as well. That'll give us some healing too, actually. That could come in handy. I don't think it matters too much. Let's see. I'm going to watch this at 2 times speed. We get CC there from Betty, even though we're not using her core. That's good. And then we die instantly. There might be passive buffs at play. I think you might be right, Will. Blood Tide Queen Urania passive 3. Let's have a look. Meanwhile restores all allies' HP for 2 rounds and increases their all damage reduction by 5%. That's whenever we take damage. Urania killed us. That's annoying. Alright, we won't run Urania then. Who's gonna play into this without doing buffs? That's the hard part. We need to run heroes that don't buff us. Actually, we could run Melissa as a suicide hero just to tank damage and just make it so that Melissa doesn't attack. This time dropping Urania, putting in a slow Melissa, seeing if that's going to play any different role here. Okay, Melissa definitely died. We're taking the counter damage. Okie dokie. Aspen goes. Aspen kills! Yeah! And then he dies. Oh. But wait, we might win. Hello. Dude. Star Alchemist. Oh! Now, we continue with Alakita and friends as planned. Oh, this should work beautifully. This should work. Heck yeah. Let's just put in our Phoenix. We'll run, I don't know, Natalie's core. Come on. Get this. We should just win here. Here comes the B team. Boom! Yeah! Hey. Okay, we got a kill. I don't know if it's reliable. But it worked. And I'm in a if it ain't broke, don't fix it mindset. We've got one attack left. I guess we try again. Hopefully this works out. So let's go watch this again. At beautiful old 1 speed. Betty does CC. We lose Melissa again. That's fine. Unbending Will's holding up. No! What killed us this time? Ooh, is it Queen? Whenever Halora is attacked... No, you just deal damage. Right? What does the sublimation say? There's nothing weird happening on the sub-tree, is there? No, the Queen's Guard passive happens at the start. Counterattacks reduce the target attack. That shouldn't do anything. Will has an idea. What might it be? Oh. The Cat Star Soul first passive? Wait a second. When an ally takes active skills or basic attacks, if the ally's HP is over 50%, increases their energy by 10. Oh. That's so stupid. So that's killing us? Yeah, I think we need to turn it off. I think you're absolutely right. So I went through all the hassle of transferring this onto Aspen for nothing. Well, that's annoying. Alrighty, resets landed, which means we can test our hypothesis. Is the Spectre Inquiring Mind causing us to die? We need to remove it off of Aspen to test this theory, so I am going to go and do exactly that. We're currently in the process of transferring it. Not an ownerless transfer, a normal transfer. So we're going to need to go to the world to do this. Because resets landed, we have 10 additional attacks. So I'm going to go and attack these blue guys, because these savage fellas are what we need to kill. We've been in the process of mining here as well, which will get me the amber corals, which is also part of the objective. So bear with me whilst we go ahead and fight some of these blue boys, and we'll go and transfer this onto Alakita so that we can give Aspen something that isn't the Spectre to test if it's the Spectre that's getting him killed. There we go. That's our final of the little boys killed, which means we can go now to our Aspen. We can go to the transfer, and we'll see our quests are almost completed. We just need to use one of our cubes here to complete the world. And that's done. So now we can transfer this onto Alakita. Fantastic. With that done, I'm going to go across to our Pupil of Destiny, transfer this onto Aspen so that he has at least some good stats. That's going to take him up to still a respectable 103 million attack. And now we're going to go in with exactly the same team and see if Aspen can perform just as well. Let's find out. We're still using Geesta's Core. We've got Halora. Melissa's in here, but she's not going to do anything. She should die straight away. We've got Star Alchemist. We've got Betty. Let's fight with Geesta's Core. Keeping this at 1 speed so we can make sure we're keeping track of everything. Betty didn't trigger this time. That's actually really bad. Okay, so first test failed based on the simple premise that Dragon Brew didn't get to go. So let's try again. Hopefully this time we don't result in instant death because Betty didn't trigger. Oh, Betty, please. Please, Betty. Nope, she is not playing right now. Okay, try one more time. And maybe Betty will trigger. Because I need this for science, baby. Let's find out. Please, 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 please. Betty! What? Really? Really? 3 fights back to back? Well, that was stupid. Right, guys. 3rd time's the fricking charm. It is now tomorrow again. We have waited for reset. We will get this freaking boss dead. If you are still here in the video, for the sake of Twitch, we're testing if removing Spectre Inquiring Mind off of Aspen is going to stop the boss from auto-killing us. So let's go back in again against this boss, challenge again, and hopefully we get this guy dead. So, you can see we've got the pupil on the Aspen, we're still using Keister's core, nothing has changed, we just need Betty to trigger. Guys, it's never gonna happen, is it? Couldn't possibly happen 5 times in a row, could it? Couldn't be our luck right now. Ain't no frickin' way. That's ridiculous. And you say we need the new artifact for the dodge capability? No, we don't. We don't actually need that. You just need to make sure you don't receive any buffs. Spectre Inquiring Mind buffs your energy when you take damage. So by removing it, we shouldn't be getting any buffs. We've made sure other things are off the table. Come on! No way! 6 for 6 failure is what we're about to face. Although currently we're in a 50-50 position where that could actually be the chance. Yes! Oh, she finally freaking goes! Yay! Do we live? Do we live? Do we live? Yes, we do! No! No! Halora! She killed Aspen! But how? What happened? Let's immediately see what's triggered Unbending Will here. The boss attacks. So Halora's pings are coming out. Now, what's happening here? Star Alchemist Holmes-Young is next to go with the basic. That triggers a counter. Okay. Then Halora goes. That triggers another counter. It's simply counterattacks. Yep, it's a counterattack situation. So what we need to do is... I don't think we can have the luxury of Star Alchemist Holmes-Young going early. I think he has to come late. So what we actually need to do is have Halora go, then immediately Aspen, and that'll kill the boss. We need to slow everyone else the heck down, because you can see we're taking counters. He needs to go before the other heroes. That said, we specifically put a basic attack on Star Alchemist Holmes-Young so that there's a chance he doesn't hit the boss. So in theory, that team should still work, assuming people ignore the boss. The other problem we have is 5 of the 6 fights, Dragon Rudy didn't trigger. So we didn't get enough testing data. Gonna hit this boss a bit more as the week goes on, but I'm expecting with some tweaks and making sure that you're not taking buffs and you're not hitting the boss too much, you should still be able to do quite well with a burst style strategy with an Aspen. As long as you're playing around those things, you should be okay. So use debuffs on the opponents to improve your damage, or skill effects. Don't rely on hard buffs that are simple stat boosters. They will get you killed. Good luck against that boss. Let me know what teams you're using in the comments section down below. A lot of people have said you might need the dodge artifact. I do not believe that is the case at all. Just play around the buffs. The dodge artifact kind of stupidifies how a lot of it works because you just then don't receive the hit, so you can run a lot of buffy stuff. There are smart ways of playing around it where you don't need that. And I think there's just better artifacts. It's not going to save your ass from counters. Renville's absolutely right. There's a lot more at play here. There could be an argument to run the dodge artifact and then run tons of buffs on your main hero, but then you're not running a good artifact like Antler's Cane or Lingering Melody of the Universe. So that to me seems counterintuitive. Good luck. Let me know your teams in the comment section, and I'll see you next time. Until then, Happy idling.